Albert Ramirez, a top contender right now at 175 out of Venezuela, is happy with the way the 175 division is moving around right now. You know, he's a top light heavyweight, and he had some thoughts on the showdown with Dave Morrell and Benavidez. He said he liked the fight. You know, he felt like Benavidez was going to win, and that also he seen some things before the fight that he didn't think that Morrell would have the experience to go toe to toe with Benavidez, and he should have used he didn't show Benavidez the Cuban style. You know, be able to move, finesse, dodge a lot of shots, throw some combinations, be able to jab move, just the whole Cuban style, you know, that we all love. And I thought Morrell mixed it up a lot like that early, but later on he just didn't have the stamina to do it, you know. But he's Ramirez is number 5 by the ring at light heavyweight. He just said, I feel very prepared. I feel confident. My confidence is at top. I'm ready to do whatever. As far as wants to go in the ring with Klalik. And he says if he wants to go along mid-range, short range, long range, I'm prepared for that. I want to show people in Montreal, Canada, that I am ready to become world champion. And he said, I haven't studied the boxer. My team is the one who studied the fighter. Whatever my team say to me, I'm going to do in the ring. I'm going to listen to my team. But that's crazy, though, because he knows about Benavidez, and he's watched him, but he hasn't watched his opponent. That's crazy how he'll break down a fight that he wasn't in, but he'll break. But the fight that he's in, he can't really break it down. It's crazy. He said, but me being a world champion will help Venezuela get a lot of attention for a lot of good fighters we have in the country. I agree. The sanctioning organizations will put attention into Venezuela, and we can get the opportunities for other boxers. 1, 2, 3, or 4 world champions will come from Venezuela. I don't think, as far as the sanctioning bodies being the reason why Venezuela hasn't stepped into a certain spot, I think it's more so of the promoters. They're the ones who make the fights together and everything else. I know sanctioning bodies could force certain mandatories or whatever, which could help. But isn't Ismael Barroso from Venezuela? They have a couple of fighters that came out of Venezuela recently. As far as they've been getting opportunities at championship fights. So as long as the guys put themselves in position, I think they'll be all right. I think he's kind of overlooked. I think he's looking into that stuff way too much now. It's a different kind of year, especially this year. But I understand what he's saying. For him to be undefeated, and at this point in his career, he definitely needs some opportunities and some big fights. That's not a question, especially with the resume he's putting together. He says, I'm happy, very happy with the 175 division, though. You can see the top 10 contenders are going to fight. That makes me happy. But he says that he feels like he can defeat Benavidez. He feels like he can go in there and give him a good fight. He don't feel like Morrell went in there and did anything as far as, you know, what he could have been doing, especially with the style he has. But he says as far as Benavidez and these other guys, you know, he said both fighters came from 168. So when you see them going to 175, the power changes a lot. They need to adapt to the division. It will take longer because you see fighters come from 200 pounds, cutting to 175, and when they recover, they easily put back on 20 pounds, which I said recently. In my case, I said Benavidez will win the fight between Morrell. You know, he was saying that. But that would be a good fight for him. He definitely has a fight coming up against Klalik. That will be on the undercard tonight on ESPN Plus. I think I'm going to cover that fight. I think I will cover the fight on ESPN Plus. Actually, will come on midday, about 5 or 6 hours from now, on ESPN Plus in Canada. So we'll see. It's gonna be a very good fight. But yeah, Ramirez is definitely looking at trying to fight these top guys. I think the fight he has tonight is gonna be somewhat tough, but he'll be able to get through. I think he'll get the victory.